Hey, what is up, everybody? That was Gamescom opening night live, kicking off the biggest gaming event of the year. And IGN has 4 whole days of live coverage lined up. But right now, let's go over what we just saw during ONL. Now, I'm your host, Akeem. Joining me, we have Kat, Matt, and Jeffrey. Hello.
What is up?
The games are up. I mean, like 2025 is looking like it's going to be a jam-packed year. So I want to talk about one of the first reveals that we saw, and that was Borderlands 4, which is coming out in 2025. Of course, you know, they had a movie that came out recently, which it was met with lukewarm responses from, you know, the people out there. But I want to start there. What do we think about this? Borderlands 4, Jeffrey, what's your take?
I just want to clarify, lukewarm means bad, right, to you?
Well, I mean, lukewarm feels good, though, doesn't it, sometimes?
Yeah, I think it's very funny to start off with Borderlands 4 for Gamescom, because I feel like maybe the executives were like, this is going to be the biggest box office smash hit. Video game movies are continuing to be back. And then, unfortunately, look, I wanted the movie to be good, but it wasn't good. And you guys know I love every movie ever. It's true. I love every movie ever. Borderlands was not good. For Borderlands 4 to be announced, I feel like maybe they're now, like, distracting the conversation from the movie. I don't know.
No, I see it. They're like, remember the games? Remember the games that you love? Don't remember the movie, but remember the video games, and it's coming out soon.
Yeah, now, Matt, I'm curious, though, your takeaway on this. Do you think that this was something that they already, like, Gearbox already had planned to announce? Or, you know, I mean, do you think it's just like let's just, like Jeffrey was saying, is it just a distraction?
No, for sure. Like, games are made way in advance. They had this in the pipeline for probably a couple years now. The timing and the circumstances around the timing, they can't control that. That's unplanned, but they definitely were working on Borderlands 4 for a while, probably.
Yeah, Kat, what are your thoughts on this?
Oh, they had to have been planning to release the movie and then ride the wave of hype around box office smash Borderlands into the announcement of Borderlands 4. But instead, maybe Borderlands 4 will wash some of the bad taste of the movie out of the fans, the mouth of the fans. And I think that they're really excited. You can see a lot of very excited sentiment. A lot of people saying, I hope we go to multiple planets in this one.
Yeah.
I hope that we get back to a little more of the flavor of Borderlands 1, which maybe had a little bit more of a darker edge to it. Borderlands kind of got silly over the years, so maybe this is a great opportunity to get back to the basics.
Yeah, and I'm looking at some of our notes here. Apparently, there's a small chance that Lilith did not actually die, but she, you know,
Shock.
She died?
did I just ruin it for you?
Oh my
I
God.
haven't played them yet.
You haven't played them, so you only saw the movie, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I only did see the movie.
Oh,
I watched my girlfriend play the first game, and it was very... Look, I will say with Borderlands 4, I want to give credit to that team, because I feel like when they have video game adaptations come out, like Mario movie, Nintendo didn't make a new Mario game in that moment. Sonic, they didn't capitalize on those things, and I feel like that was like a big online sentiment. It was like, it's the biggest movie ever, like, let's make a thing. So kudos to the Gearbox team for making Borderlands 4. It's just a bummer that the movie wasn't. No one wanted a game for it.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, like, and that's the thing. Like, it's based on a video property, so I mean, you have to kind of cater to that audience to begin with, and I feel like the movie kind of. Again, lukewarm responses from both fans and just viewers of movies and moviegoers alike. But I want us to touch upon, I want us to double back and talk about Borderlands 4. Like, what are some, because we know this is coming out next year. Again, it's going to be a huge game coming out next year. What are some of the, I guess, like, what do we want from Borderlands 4? I'm not even talking about just like features, but what overall do we want from Borderlands 4? Kat?
A character creator would be great.
Oh,
yeah. Let me customize my Vault Hunter as much as I can, and maybe just get back to basics a little bit with the series after Borderlands 3. I think people actually really liked the world building from the original, and maybe they got away from that a little bit. So this is a great opportunity to do that.
Yeah, what about you, Matt?
I like the cast of characters they usually introduce with each new Borderlands game. So I don't know whether or not I'm fully on board with the character customizer, but character creator. But I could be down for more customization options with the characters. So that could be something I'm down with. I also saw, like, it's hard because the teaser was very vague and sort of cinematic and didn't really reveal too much. But the fact that they show outer space and multiple planets interacting with each other could hint at interplanetary travel. So something there.
Ooh. How about you, Jeffrey?
So I've only seen the first game be played. My girlfriend played it for work,
Okay.
and it's very, the first one obviously it was like 2009 or 2007 or something.
Yeah.
Like I'm curious like if what kind of humor appears in like a 2025 Borderlands game, like what, because like it's funny because I feel like that was like a downfall of the movie, not to harp on the movie more, but like the movie was very much like that same kind of like ladies first kind of comedy, you know, where it's just like so it's like Borderlands 4 obviously is, you know, like beloved for the kind of the world building, as you said, and like the kind of characters where it's clearly something really fun that they couldn't translate to film. But like I'm curious like what a 2025 version, like I don't think Borderlands 1's humor like really like ages well,
Right, yeah.
So I'm like curious, like as someone who doesn't really know the series, also it's also first person, right? Like they're all first
Yeah.
person. I can't even be able to see my custom character, so why I don't
even
know.
bother?
It's funny because like with Indiana Jones, I was looking and the Great Circle, they announced like a collector's edition where you can get deluxe digital stuff, like the Indiana Jones costumes from the movies, like where he has like ripped shirt, but like you can't see it only when you're climbing, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it's funny though that you brought up Borderlands 1 because apparently a lot of sentiment online, you know, there are fans talking about wanting to kind of get back to the darker edge of Borderlands 1 with Borderlands 3 gameplay. So, you know, they're kind of like hoping that it's kind of like I guess an amalgamation or a mixture of these two games. Also, of course, some surprises. Like I, for one, would love a Kevin Hart skin.
That's never gonna happen.
Don't say that. What do you mean?
I mean, it would be cool, but the movie, the tie-ins, it's not gonna happen.
You don't
Now-
think? There's still time. That the game's coming out next year.
Is there like, because again, I have not played 2 and 3. Like, is there like, because I know they had a Tiny Tina game that was like D&D that was really cool, but like I don't know who's the main character in Borderlands 4. Like I have no idea. We don't know, right?
I mean, it's a roving cast. Like the
Okay,
cast changes, and they got some relationships with one another. But each game stars new characters that are all united by their love of treasures and their hatred of the man.
Yeah. And also, like you shook your fist real quick. Also, fans want like traditional raids to return to the franchise. So I mean, like I feel like you know there's a lot that I'm pretty sure Gearbox they're definitely cooking with this one. And honestly, I'm looking forward to jumping back into the world of Borderlands next year to hopefully hot reactions and feelings as
Not
opposed to like the
lukewarm.
no, let's get rid of that lukewarm
Okay.
phrase, Matt. I was trying to avoid that.
Gotcha.
You know, but you just brought me back into the lukewarm territory. But no, yeah. Hopefully, you know, we can. Well, we have a lot to expect and to anticipate next year. 2025 is going to be massive.